Hello and welcome to the Barre class. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is Bars and Bells, where we prioritize mobility, strength, influences from the kettlebell, and today's practice with the influence from the ballet with that bar. But we are in bare feet, inviting you to do the same thing, and that's exactly where Lauren will start us today. But maybe like, subscribe, or maybe do that later. But we'll start with the feet and see where we go.
With those feet underneath of us, let's walk through them a little bit. So we'll find one to bend in that forward direction, knee and ankle pointed forward, and then we'll press to a double balance and come down on the other side. Nice straight leg to land, double up, and control the landing. We'll do that one more time, a double up, and then control the landing. On this one, we landed on straight, but now we'll bend the knee, sending the knee towards over the toe. Then we'll press the hip through to tall, double up again, control the down on the right. Knee bends, hips sit back, and then double press up one more time on each side. We're gently bending through the ankles here. We're keeping the toes heavy on the floor. Up, double up, down, knee bends, sits back. Now let's stay down here and peel both heels up off the floor and hold. Now, try to sink a little lower. And a little lower, but you have to be able to press yourself back out of that, holding the balance, and then control the heels down towards the floor. Let's take a leg, quickly spin it open, bring it underneath. Take the other leg, spin it open, bring it underneath, and repeat one more of those routines from this position. So a bend, a double up, a control the down, land on straight leg, a double up, down on straight. One more-ish of this. And then this time we'll land and we'll bend, creating that diamond shape. Up, double up, heel down, knee bends to blend. One more time on each leg. Our cheeks are squeezed. Our knees are trying to stay pointed or turned out to the sides. From the hips up, down, spin them in. And then one more time to that double balance. This time let's keep the heels up off the floor. How low can we go, getting the knees to the side? Remember, we're going to press back out of this, pressing back up, sticking it, heels descend. Turn your feet back to parallel or make our way to the floor. We'll warm up our wrists before we get into our push-ups today.
Push-ups.
Knees bend, heels peel up. Soft landing with or without your hands. Extend the hips, point the toes out the back, sit down. Then extend the hips again through. We'll hinge on the hips and our hands will land through the fingers and then the palms connect. Let's think about our shoulders. They're pulled down out of our ears. Our elbow pits are screwed in to rotate forward and all of those fingers are gripping the floor. Let's just have them nice and heavy and firm on the floor, and then we gently drift forward and we use our fingers to press ourselves back. As we do that one or two more times here, feel how the connection is not just through your wrist joint, but spread out through your fingers and your full palm of your hand. Last one. And then as we press back, we'll press the floor away and give that a little shake out. Let's come back to those hands or flat hands on the floor when we do our first plank / push-up. Until then, to the
splits position, sitting on our butts or those sit bones of the hips with nice straight kneecaps turned out from the hips. So that means kneecaps face the ceiling. And dorsiflex or those plantar flex pointed feet. You choose. There we go. From this position, maybe you can wiggle in a little bit, but the hips emphasize the tailbone cow shape, anterior tip, and as Lauren has already, that nice long upper body or extension shape through the spine. As we hinge forward, could light some fires on those adductors, so be careful. And just maybe do a little bit of a side to side shift or a little bit of a rib slide here. Keep your breathing, find that middle position, and very casually return back up to tall. Now with the head, look towards the foot out the side, then through the torso, rotate the same direction. Straddling the leg as little outriggers. Same idea, lean forward, but hinging, avoiding this rounding shape. So think your nose to your toes versus nose to the knees. Then get yourself tall, return the head to middle, let the body casually follow, then same thing other side. Head rotate first, then returning through that rib cage. Stay long, reach the crown of the head away from the spine, nose towards the toes because it sounds better than the knees. and then get tall, find middle. Now, nose to the floor doesn't sound quite as good, but if you were reaching that nose to the floor, as Lauren's showing from that sideline, we're trying to keep our spine nice and extended. Maybe it can be the elbows today and maybe a little bit of a reach later. And this is where Lauren would say, Ian, you're not straight. Okay, we're trying to stay nice and extended. And then find yourself back up to tall and be patient as we peel those legs back together, safely burning those fires on those adductors until we plank or push
Into
up.
the push-up position. Push up. That's how I talk. Ian.
Okay, let's come into that push-up position. Let's first explore a quick plank, getting the tension we need to do our push-ups, and then we'll get into our first round. So from here, we'll press to that high plank position. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Hips are lifted, butt cheeks are squeezed, and we're pulling the floor together underneath of us. So right now, we're just creating that tension. We'd have strong butts, strong core as we do our push-ups here. Hands are gripping for 5. Lats are engaged. 3, 2, knees down. Let's have pointed toes at the back. And let's just gently take a second off here, shaking out those wrists. Our first set of push-ups today, let's keep it simple, and let's do 5 regular push-ups. Regular might be from your toes, it might be from your knees. We're trying to get down to break 90, using butts and abs to press ourselves back up. Hallmarks include hips, shoulders, and head on the same line, no chicken necks. Here we go. Toes or knees, you're up. We'll pull ourselves down, push down to come back up. Pull down, press down to go up. 3-ish, 2-ish, and 1 more, up. Then we'll lift the hips. We'll walk our feet to our hands or our hands to our feet. And we'll either hinge or fold to stand up tall. And then our first set at the bar. As we progress our push-ups today, remember you can always go back to those basic moves to practice.
Modified push-ups help us get that traditional style push-up. Let's take Lauren's turnout ideas and start with that. So we take a leg to the front, turn out in the hip, return underneath. Same thing, other side. Take a quick look at those kneecaps and toes. Are they facing the same direction? If so, this is your first position. If not, modify a little bit so the knees and the toes face the same way. From here, we'll do our plié or squat, knees reaching towards that back wall, and then extension of the hips pressing through. Repeating again, knees over toes, reaching the knees to the back wall, and press those hips forward. The third repetition, we'll find those demi points, so lightly let the heels lift up and keep those ankle bones pushing forward down below. Then connect the heels first and straighten the knees by pushing the hips forward. Open up to that second or a wider stance squat. Hand could stay on the bar or challenge yourself without as we pull ourselves down. Nice upright upper body, and then extend the hips, stretching knees. 2 flat feet, so that's that second one right here. Pull together and push away, finishing tall. And for the third one, we'll spend a little more time down there because alternatingly, one heel up, push that ankle bone forward, then put it down. Same thing other side, push the ankle bone forward, nice and tall. Then maybe get lower and repeat that one more time. How are those adductors? How are those balance muscles? Hey, Lauren, you're going quick. I know I'm talking quick. 3, 2, 1, flat, and up. Now take a leg to the side, pull it underneath, and then right away, let's just find an ankle balance. That coup de pied position. In this position, we have a very strong, active, standing leg. The knee elevated off the floor is pushing towards the side. The toes are pointing to the ground. And then find that first position. And same thing with the balance aid or without, challenge yourself accordingly. Other side, same thing. Cramp that standing leg, knee points to the side, levelize those hips, ribs over them. I'm sure Lauren will share more cues with us as we go. Finish tall. Boop, boop, boop. Shake it out.
Boop, boop.
And push-up time, I think, next.
Push-up time. Let's take, last time we practiced lifting a leg up. So on this round, we're going to lift a single leg off the floor at the top of the push-up only. So what we'll do is we'll hinge. Before you go, if you're doing this from your modified position, you're going to go a leg lift here, then a knee comes down, do your push-up. A leg lift here, knee comes down. If we're in our regular push-up, we're up. We'll hold, we'll lift a leg for a second, then foot comes down, do a push-up. Press yourself up. Other foot lifts, put it down, do a push-up. Again, first foot, down, push-up. Second foot, down, push-up. First foot, down, push-up. second foot, down, push up. We might as well do 2 more. First foot, down, push up. Last one, second foot, down, push up. Hips lift, feet to hands, hands to feet, either folding or hinging to stand yourself up.
I think we're both in our fold to stack there. The head is last. And now we're up and we're back to the bar. Find that nice turnout of yours, turned out from the hips, not just the feet or those ankles. And now we'll do the tendu and dégage exercise, or a leg pointing to the front on the ground. Then return it underneath. Then point it off the floor, hips forward, leg return. Same thing to the side. Touch the floor for the first one, all the way in, and then push away from the ground and return. It goes to the back next. Keep that hip forward, return to first, and then off the floor, and then together. It's to the side on the floor, underneath, and then off the floor and return. Now quicker, stay on the floor, front side, back side, and off the floor, front side, back side. So it's on the floor front, on the floor side, on the floor back, on the floor side. Now off front, off side, off and off. Now one more front.
On or
side.
off?
On and back and down and off and off and off and off. And now stay off, find the ankle. Challenge yourself accordingly, but can we here find that demi-point rise? I do have to take my look from looking at you at the camera to more looking forward here, but an additional challenge could be looking at your training partner. Maintain integrity in the lifts and the balances, and return with control. And a shakeout.
Cool.
Same thing other side. On the floor, front, off the floor, front, side, back side, and quick 2 rounds after that. So it's a straight leg to the front, and then first, and then off the floor, to first. Touch the floor, side, second, and then again. Touch the floor, keeping the hip forward, together, off the floor, and then one more time to the side, along the floor, and then off. Now, go on the floor and off front, on the floor and off side, on the floor, off back, on the floor, off. And now one more time, front and up.
We did it single, we did fronts on the floor, and then we did it off the floor.
Well, then let's just mix that up right now and do that, Lauren.
Okay, sorry.
So we'll go on the floor front and side and back and side. Now off and off and off and off. And one more time, front, side, on the floor, to the back, on the floor, off. My toes are sticking to the ground. Reach back, reach side, stay there. Find the ankle. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes not. It's live. Here we go. Push those hips through. Squeeze those buttocks, ribs over the hips. Keep the breathing, incorporate some arms if you can, and usually come down with that control, and sometimes we jinx ourselves.
Ooh, all right, we're back to those push-ups. We'll get that single leg with us the whole time this time. If that's for you, if it's not for you, it's back to 2 feet on the ground, or try the leg lift at the top. So we'll hinge, we'll walk ourselves out. We'll assume our push-up position. We're working towards 4 on each leg, which is the number 8. So we'll pull down to our push-up. We'll lift a leg, keep it up, pull down, press up each leg. Pull down, press up, pull down, alternating legs on each side. So we'll do 4, 3, 2, 1, and feet to hands or hands to feet. Take your time.
I'm going to hinge up this time.
I'm going to fold up again.
Using those hips if you hinge, and using the core on the front to lift up through the back. And we return to the bar. Putting together the squat or the plié with those reaches. Start in that first position, and we'll start in our squat or plié to start. Then take a leg to the front, stretch your standing leg, and then one more time, single leg squat, and on the stretch, return it underneath. We'll sit squat, take that outside leg, leave it long or wide as you stretch, and one more single leg squat, and this time close assembling together. Squat plié, reach to the back, leave it long, turned out from the hip, and now a single leg squat and close together. And that cross pattern one more time to the side with a squat to the side. Push your hip to the bar, stand tall. One more knee bend, and then pull together. Climb the leg from the ankle towards that knee or passe position, and cue us up, Lauren.
We're standing here, our foot is touching our knee, but it's not resting. We have those hamstrings working. We're on the forefoot of our standing leg, and we're holding, and we're sending our knees to the side and our hips forward for 3, 2, and then landing.
Maybe you could hear that intensity in Lauren's voice or read the intensity on my face. Make those simple things pretty darn difficult, but be safe and work the ankle if that's for you. Let's do the passe hold after this again, but it was a squat. A leg front. Stretch your standing, bend that standing, and then assemble closing together, hips forward. Squat first, reach second, stretch, bend, close together. Again, it's a squat plie. Keep the turnout in that hip forward as we stretch, then a single leg knee bend and closing together. And again, a squat plie. Reach to the side, full stretch. One more time, knee bend, close together. Ride up that leg, climbing to that highest passe position. And Lauren's cues are fantastic. That knee is side, the toes are down, very active on those hamstrings, and forward on that standing leg from pressing those hips over, ribs over hips. Did I miss anything? 3, 2, return. And wiggle.
Oh, all right. We're continuing with that single leg lift off. This time we're going to keep one of our legs off the floor for 4 reps in a row. Put it down, change legs to the other 4. Cool?
Cool.
When we have a leg lifted in the air, we're making sure that our hips are still square to the floor and we're not rotating open. So take your time to think about that as we go here. If 4 and 4 is too many, do less, do them well. Okay? One leg's up, pull down, press. So we have our 3-point push-up for 2 more on this side. And then let's switch legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Standing up again, the usual or the different way. But get in nice and snug. And then rest through. Holy.
Nice.
A lot of push-ups.
Now we'll use those squats, we'll use those leg lifts and add some movement back and forth. So find that first position. In our first movement, let's sit squat. Now take that outside leg, reach forward, land toe ball heel. Press up back to transfer weight front, assemble together, and a straight leg back, inside, straight leg back, outside leg return. Squat, reach a single leg wide, push to the bar to move away from it, closing together, and then a toe ball heel and pull back to center. A squat, a stretch back, push forward, go back, and then a straight leg returns, straight leg again, and to the side. Knees over toes, single leg, stretch onto that, and a straight leg to return, and back. Find the ankle, find that knee, and perhaps find that demi point, which is where Lauren's cue to press, if I can get it right, push those hips forward helps. Stiff leg, calf is working to balance, but the glute propelled us to this position. Return to the ground with control. Watch those lobster claws, Ian. Hold that beach ball if the arms are up front. And repeat now on the other side. It was a squat to start, outside leg front. Toe ball heel, push off the back, assemble together. Inside leg straight, front leg straight, return. Squat. Outside leg reach. Stiff leg to land on it, and then press back to that bar together. Knees over toes. Diamond shaped plie. Straight legs to land, straight legs to return. You can slide that hand on the bar or challenge yourself in the middle without. As it goes back to the bar, assemble together, climb, 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 and cue us up, Lauren.
Oh, I'm pushing the floor down to go up. Kneecap is pulled up, butt cheek is squeezed, holding that timbit in the outside. Knee is pushing inside, hamstrings engaged, foot is pointed, trying to find the balance for 4, 3, 2, 2 feet, control the landing.
Nice. Keep the mic, Lauren. Tell us what's up with those push-ups.
We have 2 more rounds of push-up. This is our second last round. And as you imagined, we're going to do push-ups with no feet on the floor. Just kidding. All right. We're going to do our single leg that we did last time. So lifting it off the floor At the bottom, we're gonna pause for a second at the bottom of our push-up. Let's start that with the opposite leg you started with last time. So we'll come on down, assume your push-up position. If you want to, lift a leg. Now pull yourself down, pause, press back up. Pull down, pause, press. Pull, pause, press. One more, pull down, pause, press. Switch legs, lift. Pull down, pause, press. Pause, press. Two more. Pause, press. One more, pause. Oh, oh, that got tricky. And then, oh, oh yeah.
Hinges up.
I have no words there.
Hinges up. We're on the jambe or a leg circle here. Lauren's circling or hulaing those hips. But right now, we'll be keeping the hip stable and circling the leg about the hip. We're in that first position, and we have that outside leg pointing to the front. Maintain the turnout in this practice as it goes from the front to the side. Keep the hip forward, trying to keep that turnout as you reach to the back. And then brush the ankle bone forward, straight leg all the time. Hips go forward, legs back. Now turn out like a key in a lock to the side, and from the side to the front, all the way back under that first position. Now apply a knee bend, standing leg, and then open the leg to the side. Test yourself without that bar as you maintain that turnout. Reach it to the back. We'll have to stretch or stand as the leg comes through from the hip. Then with the hips forward, brush the leg back and bend that inside knee. And then from the back, take it to the side to the front, push the hip through, finish together, climb. Now from here, find that attitude position out front. And for an extra challenge, could you find the demi or balance on the toes from here? Then return it to that passive position and try the same thing out the back, perhaps even gesturing with the arm. Then return it, ooh, jinx, I thought I was doing so well, to that passive position, and then back to tall with that wiggle. Nice job.
Nice job.
Lauren might be changing her attitude on that. Typically, least favorite pose, but pretty darn graceful.
Just because I didn't
there.
say it doesn't mean I loved it.
Okay. Well, do those things you love and do those things that are challenging. It'll make everything better. We, or at least I, promise. It's a straight leg to the front and the turnout from the hip, but keep Lauren's right and my left hip forward here as it circles around to the back. Then we're tall as ever, presenting that heel forward. And now lead with those toes back and cramp the glutes, stiffen the knee. Then turn out to the side and turn out to the front and maintain the turnout as it goes back underneath. Now on a single leg, that inside leg will bend and squat. Then open to the side, keep the hips forward, maintain that turnout, and we'll have to stretch to bring that leg all the way through the front, and we'll take it all the way to the back with a straight leg, apply a knee bend here, and then out to the side. From the side to the front, finish tall, climb the leg, find that passe. If that's enough, great. Perhaps find demi or attitude position. Breathe, back towards passe, same thing, ooh, out to the back, maintain the turnout. It's likely to turn in, but thinking that turnout shape. Awesome, Lauren, back to the knee, whew, and down. And if you slow my mind, that looks a little bit more graceful than fast.
Oh, we have one more set of push-ups today. Let's kick it back to our regular style push-ups, but bump the number up to 10. So 10 regular style push-ups to finish up here today. And remember, regular can be from the knees. So we'll walk ourselves up. We'll get in our position. We'll think about our breathing. We'll think about our lats, and we'll think about our butts and abs. Here we go. Pull down, press, pull, press. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa.
All right. And that means there's one more exercise here at the bar, and it's those leg lifts for the core abs as much as the stability on the other standing leg hip. So get to that first turned out position. It's 4 repetitions to the front. The first 3 up, down, up, down, up, down. The last one is a hold. So Tendu or point to the front. When I say up, the leg goes that direction. Up and up and up and hold and hold and hold and hold and down. Now to the side. I'm not sure if that was 3 or 4. We're gonna go for 4
Let's
here.
hold
though.
on the 4.
3, 2, up and up and up, and up, and hold, and hold, and test yourself out that bar. Nice job, Lauren. And then down, and close. Same thing other side. Of course, we could do 16 or 64 of those, but let's do 3 or 4 really good ones, and we'll do them later in the weeks to come. Tendu to the front, up, and up, and up, and up, hold. Hold. Is that bottom leg straight? And gently down. Open to the side, level hips, strong core. We'll go up, and up, and up, and up, hold. Breathe, breathe. Straighten the legs, point those toes, down, and close.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Nice work. Are you done? Are we saying goodbye? Good. Thank you for joining us today on
That's your side,
today's
that's all.
bar class. Remember, on Saturday, we're back with our body weight practice where all you need is this and a little bit of space. We'll roll, we'll crawl, we'll do some single leg squats, and we'll progress towards our handstands.
Sounds fun.
In the meantime, remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, check out our Patreon,
Please.
and as well as our website to sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter. Until next time, take care,
Stay strong.
and let's train soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.